Okay. Let's have a little bit of time right now, so we're gonna just fire off a draft. Not play any games, but we'll just do the draft portion right now. Thinking about doing Guilds of Ravnica. I was going back and forth on it, but I think that because it's ending kind of soon, like it's 20 hours to sign up, so it'll probably be finished by tomorrow, and I'm not 100% sure if I can commit to doing that by the end of tomorrow. Maybe if it was open for like 3 more days and I could get to Saturday, I would give it a shot. But hey, if I find out tomorrow that we can, or I have enough time to sit down and draft and do a full thing of Guilds of Ravnica, I might go ahead and do it, because I remember enjoying my time with Guilds of Ravnica. It wasn't my favorite set of recent history. I think War was up here. Yeah, War was up here like a couple weeks ago, and I should have done that, because despite my deep hatred of Planeswalkers, I do recall liking War, but it's probably because I just, for some reason, was pretty good at it. But you know what I'm not pretty good at? Throne of Eldraine. Let's fire this off. Okay, well, we have a lot of cards, a lot of really good cards. Wow. Honestly, if I could just take this whole pack and be like, alright, I'm committing to Orzhov Knights, I would be down. Oh boy. A lot of these cards are really good. Oh shoot. Hold on one second. Accidentally. Okay. Whoops. Had some stuff with my overlay go weird. Let's rejoin the draft. Okay. So, Acclaimed Contender is a really strong card if you're into the Knights deck. You know, 3 mana, 3/3, that if you have another Knight, which if you're playing an aggressive Knights deck, you hopefully have, it tutors up. Well, not tutors up, but searches the top 5 for either a Knight, an Aura, an Equipment, or a Legendary Artifact. So, the Legendary Artifact is probably not that likely, but hopefully the other 3, if you're building your Knight deck correctly, will hit one of those. So it's quite strong. Archon Absolution is really good. It's a really good defensive option. But I mean, it's just good in general. You know, if you're against mono white, they basically can't win the game. But Epic Downfall, bonkers removal, just exiling big creatures. It's really strong. Magnupai, best common in the set probably. I think I'm going to take the Acclaimed Contender here, because again, Eldraine is very synergistic, so if I can make this work, I'll be super happy about this payoff, more than likely. Yeah, maybe this is the time I'll figure out how to make a aggro Knights deck work. Well, this is a tough pick. Archon of Absolution, as I was saying last pack, is really good. Burning Guard Trainer is good in a Boros Knights deck, extremely strong, but we're not in a Boros Knights deck yet. Lucky Clover is like so good, and getting it early, you can build around it. The Archon of Absolution is great, but I think I want to take the card with the much higher ceiling, especially when I have time to kind of pivot, you know. Okay, so again, with now the Lucky Clover in mind and the fact that we have a white card, Fairy Guidemother's not a Knight, but it's probably the strongest card in the pack after Charm Sleep, but be happy to take it over the Charm Sleep to stay in one color for right now. And we're rewarded with the Resolute Rider, so that's looking good. This is pretty strong and common to see 4th, so it might mean that little white or black or white-black is open. I mean, we also see a Fairy Guidemother again, so we might be in the right lane. It's a Knight. It works with the Acclaimed Contender, so. Mysterious Pathlighter, really good, especially if we can find some more adventures here and there. So, and it's just like a 3-mana 2/2 with flying is just fine. Outflank would be probably the next pick. Although Lost Legion again, you know, we might have a Knights thing going on, so it's in consideration. But we'll take the Mysterious Pathlighter here. Not a ton of cards that are really great for us. I might take the Silverflame Ritual. If we end up mono white, like putting a 1/1 counter on each creature I control when I go wide is pretty strong, and getting the Adamant is nice as well. Rimrock Knight might be just a stronger card, but I think I'll take the Rimrock Knight. Just, you know, we don't want to commit to the Resolute Rider out of hand. This card is good, it's fine, but it's like not insanely strong. So we'll take the Rimrock Knight here. Oh, I got another Knight, but that one's completely unplayable for us. Ember Shieldbreaker is really good. Lonesome Unicorn is also strong. I think I'm going to take the Lonesome Unicorn. Just, you know, this is good, this is good. So red might be open, but we want to kind of keep our options open, so I'm happy to take the card that lets us stick to our main color longer. Well, if we're doing a Knights thing, I like Smitten Swordmaster probably more than any other card in the pack. Raging Redcap's fine. Yeah, I'll take that there. I think it's a good card. It's a pretty high pick. Okay, so we got some good Boros Knights, kind of like really late picks here, so probably we'll end up pivoting into that. We do have Tournament Grounds, but I don't think it's correct to like assume that you can play Mardu Knights because you have Tournament Grounds. Lonesome Unicorn is just a lot stronger with our deck is the thing right now, even if I see like these cards, like, because, you know, we have the Lucky Clover, so it makes 2/2/2 Knights. With that, we have Mysterious Pathlighter, which cares about those things. Grimlock Knight, sure, we can double the pump, but that's really good, but I don't know. I think I'm actually kind of leaning towards trying to stay like maybe mono white. Mono white here and see what comes our way. Yeah, now we'll take the Silverflame Ritual because it seems like we'll be able to go fairly wide currently. Nothing good for us here. It's unlikely that makes the deck, but we'll see. Julo's Kids might get mainboarded. Again, it actually works here. Shining Armor I don't think will make the cut, but keep my sideboard open here. Can I bring it down a little bit? No. I can't adjust the height of my sideboard. Really? It's kind of annoying. Okay, well. I'll keep the Shining Armor in here, though. Jousting Guppy's fine. It's Knight. And, okay, going into pack 2, we have a really strong white adventure card. So this checks a lot of boxes for us. It kills a big creature, which if we're a more aggressive deck, we struggle with. It's got an adventure, which we like, you know. It'd be incredible if we could, like, Lucky Clover and kill 2 4-power creatures. And then when it comes into play, it taps creatures down, which is nice to tap down a big threat that we want to get past with our more aggressive strategy. So we'll take this here pretty easily. Burning Yard Trainer. That's a really strong card. And it is probably good enough. I mean, there's no white card I want to take, and the black card is not very good. We did see a fair bit of red last pack. I think this is strong enough for us to be willing to now kind of stick our neck out on a second color. Now, Elite Headhunter, we can't play any of those dual cards. Prize Griffin's okay. I think I'll take the Searing Barrage. It's a good card to have if they have one big threat that we can't handle. And okay, so now I'm looking for, now that I'm kind of, I was just about to say, now that I'm kind of, looks like I'm going to be in a more Boros Knights deck, probably. Sorry, Resolute Rider. I was about to say I'm going to be looking for like Brimstone Trebuchets, because I think that if we have enough Knights, that can pay us off in a pretty major way. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this card can, you know, really help kind of close the gap if we get blocked on the ground. Fairy Godmother is very strong as well. Flutterfox is also very good, but I want to kind of go for this Knights theme. I think I'm probably going to take the red cap here. Though I'm a pretty big fan of Outflank, actually. And we don't have one yet. Outflank I like quite a lot. It's good removal. Raiding red cap, though, has some good synergy. It's good synergy with, you know, Rimrock Knight, has good synergy with our Silver Flame Rituals, good synergy with Burning Our Trainer. Outflank is good. I don't know. We only have Giant Killer as removal, really. So I think I might take the Outflank here because we have a lot of good aggressively costed Knights, and I don't want to miss out on removal. Taking the red cap here. That might be wrong. This might be reasons why I'm bad at whatchamacallits. Aggro. Aggro decks. It's really late. Arcanist Owl. Dang, there's a lot of blue in this pack too. Weird. Very interesting. And how are we doing on creatures? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we're doing better than that Rakdos deck that will live in infamy for having 11 creatures. I think I'll take another Jousting Dummy. A third Unicorn is getting a bit heavy on the top end. Of course, it is excellent with, you know, our 2 cards that like adventures in the deck, but I think it's just a little bit greedy. And a 2-mana 2/1 Knight, I think, is fine to take the second one of over the Lonesome Unicorn. Take the Raging Red Cap now. Maybe Fling? Fling isn't super impressive, but it is a way to kind of close out a game in a really bad situation. I'll take it. We'll see if it makes it. I'll take a Flutterfox here pretty happily. We have a couple enchantments, or not enchantments, artifacts rather. So it'll be flying a decent amount of the time, I think, and that's good enough for me. Gingerbread is also in consideration, probably is the second pick, though we don't have a lot of equipment for it, but I'll take the Bargain. It's a decent trick, where obviously as a Knight deck we have a lot of humans, because most humans are Knights. Well, actually on our deck, I guess in red that's not really the case too much. So we got a few Knights, I guess, that Bargain will work on, but, you know, we have also other things that'll... Yeah, okay. This actually... Sorry, I misspoke. We have a lot less humans than I thought originally. So Bargain is a great trick here. We get the 2/2, and also, you know, Trample can really push through some damage to end a game. Well, none of these are going to get played. Barrow Witches can go in the sideboard. Take another Flutterfox. Some decent black cards. Okay, well, we're not mono white. We're not white black. Shame. Wintermore Commander is a fine card. It's not crazy, insanely powerful. I think our red is good enough that we don't want to even think about this. What I will say is I think I'm going to take the Weaselback red cap here. Decent card. Can pump it, you know, pumps pretty aggressively at instant speed, which can be nice. And also it can stay back on blocks if I'm kind of stalled out a little bit. And it's a Knight, which we like. Fairy Godmother is probably the pick here. I know I just took the Weaselback red cap, which is a low-costed red card, but also since, you know, you generally want, if you have a lot of low drops, you generally want them to be kind of homogenized in their color, because it makes it easier to make sure that you hit them, because I can play, like, again, like a uneven split of lands that way, but that's fine for the Weaselback. It's just the one. We will take Fairy Godmother here. It's a great card. Gives flying. Lets us push through damage. Exactly what our deck wants. And now we're in black again. No, not quite. really nice cards. I saw some draw 2 payoffs too in the second pack. Maybe this was the thing. I just didn't. Well, I guess it's pick 3, so this isn't really a signal, but this could have been a payoff. I could take the Thrill of Possibility. I think playing 1 in a deck like this isn't bad. The only other choice really is Lonesome Unicorn. Although Redcap Raiders is fine, but we got a lot of 3-drops and we want to keep it low. I guess this is a 3-drop as well, so I guess by that logic, maybe I need to take the Thrill of Possibility. I think being able to like bin a land if you're flooding out and draw 2 cards can be helpful in these sort of decks, and it's at instant speed, which is just really nice. So I think we'll take it here. Might get cut, you know. Okay. Shepherd of the Flock I think is good enough over Scalding Cauldron. While this is kind of nice little, not really cheap removal, but it is just kind of a low cost card at least that puts our Flood Fox in the air. Shepherd of the Flock's effect is really strong. Bouncing a card, you know, you can save a card that's really important, because if we're in a situation where we need to fly over our opponents to win, we can protect our creatures from that, from getting killed or something. We can reuse like Burning Yard Trainer, which can be really, really big. And we can just reuse stuff like, you reuse adventures like Fairy Guidemother and stuff. So I think it's a pretty good pick here. It's just a strong card and has good synergy with our deck. Well, none of these are really that exciting. I'm not sure how excited I am about Embereth Paladin. We're still like probably going to be, well, pretty evenly split now, I guess. It just doesn't really excite me that much. It's a 4-drop. Would I rather have a Scalding Cauldron? It's possible. I think I would rather have a Scalding Cauldron over the Embereth Paladin. This doesn't really impress me that much. So I don't know if I'll get played, but I'll put you in there. Take another outflank. Decent removal. Mad Ratter. I don't think any of these cards are playable in our deck. Embereth Paladin probably the most. Mad Ratter is of course amazing if you get there, and I guess there was a blue-red deck. It's just that the payoffs were all in pack 3. So how interesting. Yeah, Embereth Paladin I'll take here. Might get cut. It might either get cut or it might replace the Silver Flame Ritual, depending on how wide we think we're gonna go. Skullknocker Hooker isn't very impressive. Gingerbread's not very impressive either, but probably take it over the 3rd Jousting Dummy, even though it is a knight. Just because. Take another Bargain. Clearly none of these cards are playable in our deck. And the Firstborn's kind of interesting, though I doubt we play it. Beloved Princess is not that interesting. Okay. Got 46 cards, exactly what you want from your aggro deck. Well, I'll learn how to play aggro one day, and maybe today is that day. I had moderate success with the Gruul deck. I think I did pretty well, actually. It was like a 5-3 finish. Okay. I think Scalding Cauldron is too slow. We got 2 outflanks. We got 2 low-cost combat tricks. You know, we got Searing Barrage. I think True Love's Kiss probably doesn't make the cut. Embereth Paladin's probably just not good enough either. Silver Flame Ritual might be in the same boat. I don't know how often we'll get Adamant on this, because it looks like we actually ended up pretty evenly split. 2 more cards. Should one of them be a land, most likely? Sure seems that way. Gingerbread's not really that strong. We have a lot of 1-drops. Is Lucky Clover good enough? How many do we have? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's still good enough. I mean, like, doubling up on Fairy Guidemother is game-ending, you know? Like, adding 4 power and evasion to the board is just massive for closing a game. Barge in. Barge in seems alright. We're going to be attacking a lot. Claim Contender is always going to hit pretty much, which is nice. What do we got? Oh, we're at 17 land still, so I guess we can cut one. What's our mix? Yeah, it's pretty close, which is unfortunate. Cut a mountain. By the time we get to 5 mana, we'll hopefully have, you know, is a decent chance with a 9/7 split that we'll still have Adamant for Searing Barrage. And that's the only thing that has Adamant, I think, in our deck anymore. And then, yeah, we want to keep more planes because we want to be playing, looks like we have a few more low-cost 1-drops, I guess. Because like this, we obviously wouldn't play on turn 1. Probably wouldn't play Giant Killer on turn 1 either, but, you know, we get Fairy Guidemother, which we're happy playing on turn 1. Flutterfox, which we want to play on turn 2, if we can. Yeah, it's, the land split could be a little cleaner. This deck might actually just be fast enough that we don't want the Thrill of Possibility. But we still don't want, what am I trying to say? We still don't want 17 lands in this deck. We have 2 cards really that we need to have 5 mana or they're duds. The Lonesome Unicorn does stuff on turn 3, which is nice. But it's still a 5-drop to cast it, but you know, it's either a 3/3 Vigilance or a 4/4 with Vigilance, depending on if we have Pathlighter out. So it's not like it's something that we're gonna warp our whole deck around. Rest in peace, sweet prince. I mean, we have 40 cards. I'm not really sure what I'm humming and hawing about. And we have good ways. Fling I don't think needs to come in because we have good ways to finish. We have Flying Enablers, just creatures that fly. We have Brimstone Trebuchets. You know, we've got ways to close the game. So we don't need to, like, fling a creature necessarily. Though Fling does have good synergy with the Weaselback Redcap. I don't think that's... that might be good enough, actually. Now that I'm talking about it. Fling might be better than Thrill of Possibility. Because we're gonna have 16 lands, so we're hopefully not gonna be flooding enough to like want to use the Thrill of Possibility to discard a land. That's the goal. I'll give it a shot. It's got good synergy with the Weaselback Redcap, of course, because if you're flooding out, you can pump it like twice and then fling. If you got 6 mana, and that's what 5 damage to whatever you want, which is pretty good. And you know, like, nothing wrong with flinging a Rimrock Knight at something. You know, it can finish a game off. So we'll see. Also, in response to kill spells, you know, it's nice to have it. We'll give it a shot. We'll try it. But we won't try it now. Although this deck probably will finish all 7. You know, if this deck went 7-2, if it played a full 9 games, it probably wouldn't take more than an hour, given how we want this to play out. So. Don't think it would take too much time, but I'm going to probably make the responsible call here. And now that I've done that, I'm going to get back to studying. So this deck, we'll check it out later. See ya.